CPI number comes in hot, the market's down, but that just means companies are making more money. Coming up here in the Jog. Hi folks, Alex Klingelhoeffer here with Exencial Wealth Advisors. It is 7:40 here in the middle part of the country on Thursday. It is October 13th, 2022. Here's your morning jog around the economic headlines of the world. Where else would we start? It's a monthly CPI day. And if there's one thing that's driving markets today, it's the Fed rate hikes. Looks like 75 basis points for November. And what drives the Fed rate hikes? Well, it's the pulse of inflation, up 0.4 of a percentage point month over month, coming in at 8.2% on the headline core, like 6.5% inflation. We're still in an inflationary time. That's why we invest in assets that are inflation hedges. Think pipeline companies, think real estate, although that hasn't done very well this year. Think direct commodity exposure. It's always important to have those hedges in your portfolio. That's why we build them in, to do well when markets are tumbling because of inflation. Now, ultimately, companies are just going to make more money by raising prices on consumers and then pay that out as wages. It's just sort of a price cycle that goes up. As long as it doesn't get too hot, it's actually restored it from the years of sub 2% inflation that we had for the greater part of the last decade and a half. Speaking of which, Walgreens out with a nice sales number here. Of course, Walgreens is really going through a transition from a drugstore chain a la CVS, a la Rite Aid, to a holistic healthcare company that can take care of you soup to nuts, everything that you need, from your doctor to your prescription to your benefits management. They want to do everything. And I think it's a good tactic, right? If you're vertically integrating, you're typically going to be making money. Walgreens continues to be a nice executor of their strategy. Ultimately, if you have 10,000 baby boomers retiring every day, pharmacies are going to be a hot business for years to come. Last but not least, before we hit you off to a nice Thursday, Delta. We talked about increasing inflation means increasing prices. Of course, that means increasing profits for companies. That's a good thing when you're an investor, right? The earnings part of the price to earnings equation increases. Who knew? That's kind of a good thing. Delta, net income, $695 million. Record revenue for the quarter. Whew. Airlines did very well traveling to Europe this summer and charging folks high prices to get there. They expect additional demand next summer. It's a boon for travel. Hey, baby boomers are retiring. They want to travel. They want to see the world. They want to go all these places, and they have the money to do it. If you're looking at a place that's very interesting over the next decade, consumer discretionary is not a bad place to look, and certainly something that our portfolio managers are eyeing keenly. If you want some additional info throughout the week, feel free to find me on the internet. I am out there. Until then, hope you, your family, have a really good rest of your Thursday. I am out.